Welcome to A's Linguistics. This channel is about all things linguistic. So let's see what we've got today. We already discussed words like scarecrow. Look, the word scarecrow consists of a verb part, which is scare, and a noun part, which is crow. But the scarecrow is not a crow. But I'm going to discuss today a kind of verb noun, which is actually, and the noun part is the head. So in scarecrow, the head is not crow, but now I'm going to give examples in which the noun part is actually the head. For example, the word call taxi. This is a kind of taxi that you get by calling. So you call a number, you get a taxi. Or a drive-through restaurant. So drive-through restaurant consists of a verb, drive-through, and a noun. And a drive-through restaurant is a restaurant. A call taxi is a taxi. So we are dealing with the kind of verb-noun compound that has the noun as its head. Payday is a verb noun and it's a kind of day. Playboy is a boy, and showroom is a room, and watchman is a man, although walkman is not a man. So walkman, you could say walkman and scarecrow are kind of different than this. How are they different? We have verb noun compounds. In some, the N is the head. In some others, the noun is not the head. We are discussing morphology, which means what morphemes words are made of. But the fact is, to understand the morphology, sometimes morphology per se is not enough. We have to step into semantic territory. If I tell you the word scarecrow, you would not know whether scarecrow is a crow or not if you didn't know what scarecrow refers to. The fact is that to figure out the morphology, we need to know some of the semantics. It's usually the case that in a compound, you have one head, and then the other word or words is or are the dependents. For example, in the word watchman, the head is man. Watch is the dependent of man. Payday is a kind of day in which payments are made. So payday is still a day, and pay qualifies day and makes it more specific. So day is the head, pay is the dependent. So the head-dependent relation can be of different kinds. For example, when you say writing desk, the relation is that of purpose. It means it's a desk used for writing. Or when you say lipstick, it's a stick that is used for the lips. The relation can be other than purpose. It can be the appearance. For example, hardware is the bunch of ware or tools that appear to be hard. Or swordfish is a fish that appears to be like a sword. So in that sense, it's about appearance. Sometimes it's about location. For example, garden chair is a chair that is used in the garden. A seabird is a bird that is in the sea. Event participant, it can be the event participant. For example, it can be the agent or the subject. For example, swan song. Or it can be the patient. For example, flower seller. Flower seller is a seller of flowers. So flowers are the object, patient. But there could be other relationships as well. The fact that you know in flower seller, flower is the object, is only because of your knowledge of the real world. If I tell you street seller is a person who sells stuff on the street, the person doesn't sell streets. So in that combination, although the head is still seller, But the first part, the dependent, is not the patient, it's not the object. So how do you know the difference between flower seller and a street seller? It's only because of your knowledge of the real world. So whether the relationship between the head and the dependent is that of patient or object or not is constrained by our knowledge of the real world. To understand the relationship, to Walkman as opposed to Watchman, Scarecrow as opposed to Payday, in which crow is not the head, man is not the head, but day is the head and man is the head. So whether the noun part is the head or not brings us to a new discussion, which is that of endo versus exocentricity. Is it endocentric or exocentric? And what does that mean? I'm going to discuss it in the next video. Thanks for your time and attention, and see you again soon.